that
Jay, you're kind of
playing right now?
Jay, you're kind of fucking your mic.
Yeah.
Is it?
Mike,
Yeah.
here.
Oh, I can't hear anything.
Turn. You can't hear anything.
I can't hear anything.
Go. It's that thing down there,
Hey, T-shirt looks extra white in the video. I like it. I like
bro.
it.
I'm like, hey, let's get this all.
Can you hear anything?
I don't have any headphones on.
Want to hand him the headphones,
Do
Anthony?
I ever have headphones on?
Anthony, give his
Here,
yours.
give me the
Oh,
headphones. I'll
here's
wear them
set.
since you don't like wearing them.
Oh, I gotta bring out the chat right here, baby.
Speak, Anthony.
Speak.
Nope. I mean, I hear you.
You hear me? Well, I hear him. Well, that's because it's
Just
right
not-
next to you.
Pero like not through here.
I like to hear me in tu orejas.
Oh fuck.
Actually,
Yeah, it's in that. It's on that orange cord right there.
Midi one.
Yeah, we gotta fucking
Midi.
fail.
AMAC, T-Rev, you guys got to stop ordering McDonald's fucking drop-off service.
Bro, that's them for sure, not me at all.
Mike, trust me, dude. If I saw a bag of Monster, then I know it was yours.
I literally can't say the last time I've had a McDonald's burger. That's not a joke.
Actually, unfortunately,
Dude, you're so
had
cool,
one
all
when
healthy.
We went to go work on.
No, I
Shelton's,
just
we went to go
fucking-
work on Shelton's yard.
still eat Roberto's.
Oh,
This fool lives in Logandale in Moapa Valley. We literally had it. We go down the street. We're like, what is there to eat around here? They're like, there's a Mexican place, but that sucks. We're like, cool. What else? He's like,
Racist.
McDonald's. That's all. I'm like, Shelton, how do you
guys,
live
we
out
are live right now.
So these people, they want to know what's out in Moapa Valley, right?
here? Yeah, dude. Listen.
Oh,
don't
you're
stop
right.
there. There's a
I don't know what I
Mexican
was thinking.
spot that sucks. Apparently.
Maybe there's people in California because everyone's moving out of California. Like, hey, let's go to Moapa Valley.
I mean, to
You
be
probably
real,
get a lot for your buck there.
I don't know if I would trust a Mexican restaurant in Moapa Valley anyway.
Hey, low-key, I forgot where it was. We went to my brother's state wrestling tournament. We were driving back, and there was like this random diner. Banger.
Diner. It's
No, there was this chick in there who was like a 10.
All right.
Like a Vegas 10. And she lived in like this random like Hills Have Eyes town.
Like she probably didn't even realize like how
No.
attractive she was.
That's funny you say that. We were talking about that Moapa
This is a
Valley.
real story.
Okay,
man.
guys.
We were like, we wonder what the baddest girl in this town looks like.
Wait, I just gotta make sure.
Alright, so we're live.
Okay, yeah, we're live right now.
Are we starting?
It's time.
Wait,
All right.
What's that drop at again? I forgot.
Is this the
I told the guys on the
is this-
podcast.
Yeah, turn
to
off
jump
that
in.
one.
Is this the Moapa Valley banger episode?
Yeah, it is. Banger. Ranger.
Stanger.
Oh, where's it at? Where's it at? I'm about to. Oh, yeah, here
I
it
don't
is.
know.
Hermione Granger. Is that her name?
Hey, this year we have to write down all our beer bets though, because we didn't write anything.
No,
Except-
we
you wanna
got
do your,
game
You want to
plans.
chug your Darren Waller beer? It's only what I remember. It's only what I remember.
I know, right?
All right.
Because we talked about it for 35 minutes.
Welcome to the AVG Fantasy Football Podcast. I don't know if we can call this a real life episode. I don't even know. This is almost like a test.
It's a real live
stream.
episode.
I mean, it's real. It's real live.
I got
Live
you,
on
Mike.
YouTube.
No.
So yeah, like we literally haven't made an episode in such a long time. But we want to do a live stream for the draft. So we just want to do a little test. And then, if anybody who's subscribed to us want to come check us out, I'm talking to you, Christ Warrior. If you guys want to come check us out, dude, we're here for you, and we're just going to talk about some pre-NFL draft analysis right here. What we think, who's going where, all that good stuff.
I mean, I'm ready.
I know I'll be wearing a Billabong shirt during the live draft.
Exactly. That's a good move. Solid.
So. Yeah, dude, he's back.
I love it.
Wait, where is the draft this year? It's in
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Well, didn't they say
Next year's in Vegas, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, that's what they did.
Yeah, what'd you do?
Yeah, it wasn't all plugged in over
True
here.
scientist.
Okay.
Hey, dude, if you guys didn't know, Mike can drink now.
Oh yeah, I finished my 1 year of being sober, so I'm out here. I actually didn't eat that much today, so I'm kind of out of it right now.
Now he's drinking for 2 years.
Hell yeah, dude. Way to stay sober for a year and pick up smoking.
I didn't do that.
Oh, dude, we shouldn't call him out like that. In the
Yeah,
podcast.
dude, what the heck?
Yeah. Hey, he stopped
I
drinking
don't
for a
smoke.
year, picked up smoking for life.
Honestly, dude, I
Just
want.
kidding, dude.
I
Trees
would.
though, dude. Bobby Trees.
I would quit smoking, but I'm just really, really good at it.
I mean, you just look so fucking cool, dude.
I look
You
tired.
did.
I look
You do,
super
hey, you do
tired.
have like a good like loose cigarette hand. Like you just the way you let it hang is just like
Yeah,
it looks natural.
Yeah.
Like you've been doing it way longer than you.
Yeah, right. I'm just so. It's just I'm a natural cigarette smoker. But yeah, so like
Seasoned.
this is gonna be mostly Tyler and Dre because they're just like
No, that's not true.
big college football babies. At least Dre is.
They big college boys.
But so yeah, let's just fucking dive in, eh?
I mean, yeah. Let's start with the NFL. What's up?
But yeah, we got the draft on Thursday, like Mike said. Could join us for the live stream. We'll be there for the first round live streaming, and then maybe on Friday, we'll do another live stream for the second and third rounds. I feel like once you get past those first 3 rounds, then it's kind of, you're not really expecting any of these players to be fantasy relevant. I mean, obviously you'll get some hidden gems here and there that come out of nowhere.
I might have to
Don't
move
say that
that.
to Felipe Lindsay.
I have
Yeah,
to,
that was literally the name I was gonna say.
I might have
That
to
and
move
like
that.
James Robinson.
I might have to move that monitor because you guys keep looking over at that. I didn't think about that.
Oh, we keep
Because the
looking.
camera's over here.
Oh,
Wait,
oh,
look where.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Well, you got to tell us camera
Yeah,
1,
yeah.
camera 2, camera 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold up
We're
science.
Yeah. Let us know, dude.
Hey,
We need that.
why are you gray instead of green now? I don't know. It wasn't.
All right.
All right.
Oh, the Browns. All right. Well,
Yeah, maybe. So we can just start on the draft. I mean, obviously Trevor Lawrence probably gonna go number 1 overall, but your Niners, Dre, did a little trade with our Dolphins.
little trade. You guys trade raped us.
And you moved up to the number 3 spot. So, as a Niner fan, who would you like them to get? Obviously, like we said, Trevor Lawrence probably going to be gone at number 1. A lot of rumors are Zach Wilson's going to be going to number 2 to the Jets there, especially with them moving on from Sam Darnold. But what do you think about the Niners? Is there a certain quarterback you're hoping they get? I asked Art. He's a fellow Niner fan. He said, "I just want the right one."
Well, yeah, no. I hope it's Justin Fields. I would just like to see Justin Fields with all those moving pieces with Kyle Shanahan. You can even run the option, the shit that they run with the Ravens, but the Niners can pass the ball a lot better than the Ravens can. Their offense could be pretty explosive with him, but I think Shanahan sees like Matt Ryan and Mac Jones, like that pocket quarterback where he's like, I've taken him to the Super Bowl even though we choked on the fucking lead. I think that's what he sees, but I would rather go with the more athletic. I mean, dude, he runs a 4.4.
Yeah.
I think it's just more exciting.
What about Trey Lance?
I like Trey Lance, but I feel like they're going to trade Jimmy G during this draft too.
Yeah.
Did you see what Shanahan said today?
What did he say?
I feel like this is bye-bye. This is bye-bye Jimmy G. Kyle Shanahan, when asked if he could guarantee Jimmy Garoppolo would be on the 49ers come Sunday, his response, I can't guarantee that anybody in the world will be alive Sunday.
So basically, that boy gone.
He gone.
He gone.
So he's dead.
There you
Dude.
go.
He could have
When you respond with something like that.
He could have said like,
Literally.
I can't imagine anybody or anybody could be off the team on Sunday. Like he could have said that, but the debt, I don't know. It's a really weird way to word that.
Yeah, and then shout out to also for my Dynasty chat group. Kyle Shanahan wants Mac Jones, but the Niners scouting department has pushed for Trey Lance.
Yeah, see, that's what I've been seeing,
So
that
it's
it's
like-
between Mac Jones and Trey Lance, but I kind of agree with you. I think Justin Fields would be the guy I'd want. I was looking at some stats I saw on, I forget what I was watching, but just talking about how much that Kyle Shanahan likes to, utilize the bootleg and getting his quarterbacks out and the rollouts and out of space. And Justin Fields, I think, like a 24% of his pass attempts were on bootlegs and out of those kind of design plays right there. And he had a high completion percentage out of those pass attempts as well. So, I mean, I guess you'll never know. All these guys coming in college, they look good in college, but when you get to the pros, it's a whole nother ball game.
No, for sure. And I like Mac Jones. Like the whole, me and Kenny talk about it all the time. The fact that in an era where kids are just leaving to bounce around from school to school and they're not playing, they want to play. He literally didn't start for 3 years, sat behind all these guys, waited his turn, and then balled out. So, I mean, that says a lot about a quarterback or a lot about a player in general. I just like the upside. I like the fact. I'm not saying Mac Jones isn't athletic in his own right, but he's not Justin Fields. I'm sure he can move in the
See that?
pocket.
You see that picture of him? He's with his shirt off. He looks like Tom Brady at the combine. But it's like, I mean, look what Tom Brady did. Obviously, it's Tom fucking Brady, but that's another story right there.
Yeah, I'm
But,
not saying Mac Jones athletic, but he's good. He's just not Justin Fields. I want Justin Fields.
I want to look that up. Mac Jones at the column.
No, you want to see Mac Jones with his shirt off.
Yeah, I think it's like after the national championship or something like that.
I'm ready to be if they get Justin Fields, then Mac Jones is better.
What do you think?
That's the question I cannot answer.
It's like that guy dominated the SEC. If you could pull that picture up on the thing, this guy dominated the SEC and led Alabama to an undefeated season in the national championship.
Personally, I've never been a fan of Alabama quarterbacks, but
none of them are good.
Now you are with
Tua.
I have to be.
Let's go.
I see what you mean about that. Well, that's rough.
yeah.
Right here, AMAC. If you
That's
were
like Uncle Rico from about to throw his football over the mountains.
He almost looks as bad as Ben Askren at that fucking Jake
oh
Paul
my
fight.
God.
that dude looked like he chugged.
He looked really bad.
It looked like he did 5 keg stands before the fight and went out there and he's like, "Let's get it."
Yeah, that was crazy, and it was crazy because I know this is fantasy football, but in every interview beforehand, he was like, "Yeah, man, if he's like any good at boxing, he'll probably beat me."
Well, dog,
Like,
there's a reason.
And people were like, "I think Ben's got it."
Well, there's a reason that he didn't challenge him to a wrestling match because he beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
So, no, I was gonna ask AMAC, are you more of like a pocket passer type, or do you like more of like the mobile, quarterback, or you know what I'm saying? Like the Lamar Jackson, or more like this?
Well, not Lamar.
Well,
Jackson.
he hates Lamar Jackson.
Oh, then
No, I just don't think Lamar Jackson's a Super Bowl quarterback.
Yeah.
What about like Kyler?
I agree.
I mean, Joe Burrow can move a little bit too.
See, I think Kyler's where he's got the mix of both. But I mean, he's shown accuracy in college. He's been inaccurate in the NFL. I know fantasy was one thing, but I mean, I watched a lot of throws from him. Like, Jesus Christ, Kyler.
Yeah,
the dude would be wide open, he'd miss him. So, but not saying he can't progress like a Josh Allen, for example. I'd say, if me personally, if I'm gonna pocket first, but the ability to have like a Mahomes where you can still move, or something like I said, Josh Allen he ran a lot last year, but having that ability to be able to scramble makes a big difference
for the defense.
Yeah. I don't like those guys who are the straight rushers and like just scramble for 600 yards, 700. 800. I just don't think we haven't seen one yet. That's like a franchise, long-term, 15-year, 20-year quarterback like
that wins. Yeah,
that wins. So it's like if Lamar Jackson's going to do it, in my opinion, he needs to do it in the next few years, or it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's like, as a fan, when it's like I don't want those quarterbacks to have a small window.
I mean, yeah, those guys get banged up too. I mean, you see RG3 after the rookie year, he just was never the same. I mean, Cam, obviously good career, but I mean, he's just getting banged up, and I mean, Mike Vick, I guess, is probably one of the only guys who's been able to really stay healthy, I guess, for the most part.
He had a little 3-year stint where he was free.
But I mean, I'm even trying to think of like who's the last like rushing quarterback that's won a Super Bowl. Because Mahomes isn't really a rushing quarterback. He can rush, but he'll throw.
Not there really hasn't. I mean,
so it's like.
And even I was gonna say the closest was like Donovan McNabb, and he wasn't really a rusher. He was more like he could like run, but he could pass.
Like he could scramble. He could scramble if he needed to.
Yeah, he could.
But I feel like that was a defense and like just kind of took the league by surprise a little bit. So that's why I'm like I don't like these.
Yeah, but
rushing quarterbacks.
Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl though.
And that's how I see Justin Fields. Like I see him as one of those. He can stay in the pocket and pass, but if need be, like he'll get out there and run and use that 4.4 speed. And just with the guys we have, like the Deebo Samuel and the Ayuk, just the
there you go.
The design, like the designs that Shanahan can do with them is just, I feel like it's stupid. Yeah. And then some people are saying they should take Kyle Pitts. Oh my God, that'd be dumb if they did that instead. But that's for another day.
Yeah, probably unlikely with them trading up to get him. But I mean, I guess we can go on the flip side of the trade. For me and Anthony, we're Dolphins fans, so you got the Dolphins at 6 there.
What do you guys do? What do you think? I mean, I'm actually interested.
I trust in Flores.
I honestly
don't care
trust
what they do. I said it last year.
In Greer and Flores, I trust. These guys seem to be they're playing chess while everyone's playing checkers.
That clipboard, man.
And we, as a Dolphins fan, we got really lucky that Tunsil, that whole draft day thing where he got caught with the gas mask and he slid. I mean, the guy was supposed to be like a top 3 pick. Yeah, and he slid to like 10 to us. And we've gotten.
And he gave us a top 3 pick.
Yeah. We've gotten like a fuck ton of picks from that Laremy Tunsil draft pick that we had a couple years back. But I mean, at number 6 there's a couple guys that we could probably get. Obviously, one of these 3 guys is probably going to be there. You got Jamar Chase from LSU. Guy lit up the scene. I mean, when you think about Jamar Chase, how good he is, just think of Justin Jefferson and how good he did as a rookie last year. Jamar Chase was better than him.
He was gooder
than him.
He was the good
That year that they played together at LSU with Joe Burrow. Then you have Kyle Pitts, the tight end, wide receiver, kind of hybrid athlete right there out of Florida. And then you got the offensive tackle from Oregon. I'm not really sure how to pronounce his name. Penisawil or something like that.
Yeah.
So, as a Dolphins fan, I think if we get any one of those 3 guys, kind of makes sense there. I'd really like to get Jamar Chase. The only thing that is stopping that is you got the Bengals there at number 5 in front of the Dolphins, who pick at number 6. And there's a lot of rumors that the Bengals might take Jamar Chase with the 5th pick. Right before the Dolphins do. To me, that just doesn't make sense, though, because it's like, you already got Tyler Boyd. They signed him to a contract extension. You draft T. Higgins last year. I mean, we saw what happened to Burrow. The line wasn't there. Guy tore his ACL. You got to protect your investment, and I just think, you got to go out and get, a once-in-a-generation type of left tackle or offensive lineman.
He's only 20 years old, too.
Yeah, in the Oregon tackle there. Instead of going out and get the wide receiver, if it doesn't matter how good Jamar Chase is, if Joe Burrow doesn't have time to throw the football, it's like, what's the point of having a guy like that? Maybe I'm just speaking in hindsight because I want them to take the tackle, so Chase falls to the Dolphins at 6. But that's just kind of what my thought process would be.
2 things. 1, can we free Auden Tate? Can we just let my man give my man some run? Like, don't take Jamar Chase and let Auden Tate let him play a little more. I'd love to see Joe Burrow throwing the ball because my man catches everything thrown in his direction.
Yeah, dude, he's got Drew Sample too. Don't forget,
dude.
Yeah,
yeah, dude. How could you ever disrespect?
Well,
Drew
what do you
Sample?
mean? You didn't see the low key thing? You didn't see the low key pickup? They picked up Thaddeus Moss off of waivers. Joe Burrow's tight end in college. Yeah. Watchale. And my second thing, this dude Jamar Chase has the most touchdowns of 20+ yards last 2 years, and he didn't even play last year, and he still finished.
He still finished first.
14, 20-yard touchdowns.
Yeah, I was seeing something. He's like the number 1 overall wide receiver prospect, like the first one since Megatron, like the unanimous overall.
Yeah, Pro Football Focus gave him a 99 receiving grade.
Yeah. What about you, Anthony? Like, who would you like to see Miami take there? Like, I know you're saying you trust in Greer and Flores, but would you like the tackle to boost up the line, or would you want a playmaker?
Would you you guys say Kyle Pitts?
I would rather not.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
Because a lot of people are saying that. I'm like, no.
You guys, I heard. Was it Mike?
The thing is, you bring in another guy who's not from what I've smallly researched, is not another blocking tight end. So now you have 2 receiver type tight ends, and it's just, I'd rather go with like you guys have been saying, like, if we're gonna win a Super Bowl, we're not gonna win a Super Bowl because of Kyle Pitts. It's going to be like a combo of Tua going to possibly like Jamar Chase or Parker and mixing that, or the offensive tackle who steadies his side for the next 10 years. So it's like I'd rather go with one of those 2 than Pitts. Personally, I wouldn't even be mad if they traded back and got maybe Smith or someone else and got another 1st-round pick or a 2nd-round pick off of it, or let's just say Chase is gone and then the offensive tackle's gone for some reason, then they trade back. I'm gonna be mad at that either.
I could see that happening too.
Yeah, I think it's a real possibility, especially with there's good 4 quarterbacks who could potentially go in the top 10. So first 3 picks go quarterback. One of these other teams might get a little antsy and say, hey, we got to move up. And like you said, if the Bengals do take Jamar Chase for whatever reason, maybe Miami trades back and they still end up getting that offensive tackle a couple picks later. But then they picked up some some equity in a 2nd-round pick or another 1st-round pick down the line.
Yeah, I mean, there's getting cheap talent, 1st-round talent is something you can't. I don't say like under if you draft right, like because you're able to like sign free agents if you're able to pick up 1st-round talent and players that are there for the long term, and able to make these free agent signings and go after these players. So, I mean, we'll see what they do. It's an interesting spot, but I wouldn't be mad if they took the offensive tackle, whatever his name is, or Chase. I'd be okay with it, but.
Yeah, I'm
you
surprised.
better be Travis Kelce.
You guys, I was gonna ask, like, no Devonta Smith since they went to college together. Like,
I mean, if Jamar Chase is there, I think you take him. If not, I think I agree with Anthony. I think you trade back because you can grab one of Devonta Smith or Jalen Waddle. I guess we can kind of transition into that debate right there with the 2 Alabama receivers. Probably going to go in the top 15 overall picks.
Maybe, yeah, both of them. Yeah,
Devonta Smith and Jalen Waddle. I mean, what's your thoughts on those two guys right there?
Well,
I mean,
the
because after
Raiders are
Jamar
gonna
Chase, it's kind of the consensus 2-3. You know, whether you
Yeah.
want to put one ahead of the other, but those are the kind of like the 2-3 overall
For sure.
players.
Well, the Raiders are going to draft at least like 4 receivers. So
Who's
Shit.
who's the fastest?
Jalen Waddle is the fastest in this class.
welcome to the Las Vegas Raiders.
I mean, I would just want saying because he has way more chemistry with Devonta Smith that's his. I think they won the national championship a couple years ago when he threw him that pass.
Yeah, he said game blouses.
So I was just asking for the sake of conversation because do you think too was like, hey, Devontae's like he's gonna be doubted because everyone's like, oh, you see he weighed 168, like everyone's doubting him. So he's either gonna literally be with like a Hollywood Brown, or he's gonna be a beast. I mean, the dude won the Heisman. I'm just wondering if Tua's like in their ear, like, hey,
What's Tyreek weigh?
let's look that up.
He's short though.
He's
Devontae's
short.
like 6. The thing with
Well,
Devonta
6
Smith
isn't that
too,
much
he's
bigger.
maybe like what 170, you want to say, but I mean he's still a kid. You know,
Yeah,
20,
yeah,
21 years old. So I mean he's gonna get be able to put on some mass. You know, in the weight programs they have in the NFL, stuff like that. And then just watching some of the other NFL programs and stuff. You think about guys like Marvin Harrison or even Chad Ochocinco. These aren't the biggest guys either, but they were like technicians in terms of the route running game. They knew how to get open. They knew where to be to find the football, and that's kind of what Devonta Smith does.
I mean, I'm not saying he can't be one of a kind, but I just look at it, if you're going to take a top 6 pick, like based off of history, what receiver is his weight? And
168. Yeah.
That's a big gamble.
yeah,
Tyreek
that's what
weighs
I'm like.
185.
Like in the
by
history of the NFL, it's like what receiver has it been like you take a receiver as a number one, your number one pick at the top 6 overall. Like you're expecting this guy to have a high upside,
like a
huge
Calvin
potential.
Johnson.
Yeah, but it's like, I just haven't seen a history where it's like, okay, like I said, give me a player that's like a Pro Bowler Hall of Famer that's his size. So that's my worry.
Yeah, there isn't any.
Not saying NFL's adapting; it's getting different. That's why I asked what Tyreek Hill is, because Tyreek Hill, if he keeps going where he's going, he's going to end up being one of those guys. So
Yeah.
it's like, not saying it can't happen because the game's evolving. You can barely blow on a receiver without getting a PI, or you can't touch him. So it's going a different way. But to invest a top 6 pick, that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind if they traded back and got him. Maybe 9, 10 spot. They trade back and then they draft him because you gain more draft capital. But yeah, I think at 6, that's a little early for me. I mean, if you had to pick one of the two, who do you like, Dre? Devonta or Jalen Waddle? Because I feel like a lot of people don't understand how good Jalen Waddle is because he got hurt in the beginning of the year. But you were telling me right before we got on air that in the first couple games they played together, Devonta Smith and Jalen Waddle, he was actually outperforming him.
Yep.
Or their stats were pretty much similar.
Yeah, he had more yards, same touchdowns. I think more catches too. He was on pace to finish higher than him. I would take Jalen Waddle over Devonta Smith. His upside's higher.
Value.
So this is a way I was telling Kenny. So you had Jerry Jeudy and you had Henry Ruggs last year. Super fast guy, route runner. Jalen Waddle is literally both of them put together. He's a super fast dude who can run really good routes. That's literally what he is. He's a hybrid of both of the two guys from last year together.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I think Devonta Smith's floor might be a little higher, but the ceiling, if you can maximize Jalen Waddle, dude's going to be an absolute monster.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I saw when I was watching like the film on them was, Devonta Smith obviously won the Heisman. The guy was balling. I mean, does he do all that with Jalen Waddle on the field? That's yet to be determined because, we don't know. But I mean, Devonta Smith, kind of like a gazelle out there, just running the routes, smooth route runner, good hands and all that stuff. But one thing that I didn't like about Devonta Smith is like his ability to like break it. If he caught the pass like a slant, like he couldn't break it to the house. I felt like where Jalen Waddle was a guy where
easy.
He just had like breakaway speed. Like he would catch the ball and there'd be like 3 guys in front of him, and you'd be like, "There's no way he's gonna outrun these guys. There's no way he splits the gap on these guys." And he would just like burst right through all the guys. So yeah, the speed that Jalen Waddle has and the explosiveness that he brings to the table, I think that's what kind of set it a little bit above for me. Compared to Devonta Smith. I think both those guys are going to be really talented. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
And here's the thing is Jalen Waddle might be named Waddle, but that's not how he plays. Boy does not waddle down the field, all right? Okay.
Mike was waiting for that moment.
Okay.
He was waiting for us to stop talking.
No, yeah.
He waddled in there.
He let him waddle onto your fantasy team. Just kidding.
Hey, man.
Mike Steelers really fast in 20 seconds. Who do you want?
I think it'd be dope to get a running back, but I don't know if it's worth a first round pick. But I wouldn't be surprised if in the tail end of the first round they grab like Naji Harris or something.
Hey, but
I think that would be sick. I don't know.
What pick do the Steelers have? 26?
Yeah, 26, I think.
Nice. Yeah.
hey,
I know it's like mid-20s. I feel like we have the same pick every year.
No, Naji Harris.
23,
like
23 to 27.
It's like 20. Yeah,
Dolphins
yeah,
are
it's
like
literally
there for 8 to 12.
Yeah, we always have the same exact pick every year.
Yeah. I mean, I guess with that we can transition into like the running backs there because I mean, there's probably like I don't want to say the big three, but I would say there's probably like a strong consensus that there's about 3 running backs that are probably going to go 1, 2, 3 depending on the order, and then after that the dominoes can fall any other way. But a lot of people do have Naji Harris as the number 1 running back, and I have seen a lot of mock drafts. I fucking hate mock drafts though. I can just say that much. Just like side note.
They're also fucking stupid.
Yeah, just side note. I fucking hate mock drafts. I think it is the dumbest thing ever, especially when you get these mock drafts and these guys are just like, oh well, I made a trade. This team traded up from 15 to 3 to get this player.
Blazer, beer me.
Bro, now you're just pulling stuff out of your ass. I don't know. I just hate mock drafts. I think they're the worst thing ever. I think Mel Kiper's a fucking idiot.
Hey, before we go on, I just want to enlighten people that may watch this. They will. Jalen Waddle's 4 games that he played.
Jesus.
That's AMAC. So
I thought you said you needed 2.
For those who don't know, he got hurt on the opening kickoff. His 4 games, 8 catches, 134, 2 touchdowns. 5 catches, 142 and a touchdown with an 87-yarder. 6 catches, 120. 6 catches, 161 and a touchdown with a 90-yard. So in 4 games, he had a 90-yard touchdown, 87-yard touchdown, and he finished.
He had a 100-yard game? How many 100-yard games?
He had 4 straight 100-yard games. He finished with 28 catches for 591 yards and 4 touchdowns in 4 games.
Pretty good.
That's unbelievable.
That's pretty good.
That was on pace for. They played 12 games, so he was going to finish with 1,700 yards and 1 million touchdowns.
Yeah,
1 million.
Is there college fantasy football?
If there was,
I'm just wondering because I feel like points would be like 400.
Oh my god,
345.
And that's another thing. I guess is that why Mac Jones was so good because he's just threw to just.
I mean, he's got 2 really good receivers, but I mean, I don't know.
Top 15.
Waddle was out for a while.
Yeah, that's why.
Well, Michi is going to be good, but that's for another day.
But yeah, so we can talk about the running backs here. Before I got on the rant about mock drafts and how they're stupid.
No,
they are stupid.
I get what you're saying.
I look at mock drafts and I'm like, why would this team do that?
I know.
Every mock draft is stupid except for the ones that we do.
You know what's yeah.
You guys go ahead.
Except
go,
for
Mike.
our fantasy
Mike
mock drafts. Yeah.
So what I was gonna say is like the reason why they do that, like where they're like, oh, this team trades back to this. It's because if they are right, they look insanely like they look so good.
Yeah, but there's some that really are dumb. They're like, oh, they see the Cowboys are taking a running back. It's like, no, they're not.
But imagine, but every
Last
year
year I saw good.
I was gonna say every year there is someone that does something stupid like that. Like when Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, Adam Gase is gone, so I think most teams are safe.
Yeah, but Green Bay drafted Jordan Love. Nobody saw that coming.
That is true.
We did not see that.
Even Jordan Love was like, "Who's calling me right now?" The Packers.
It's like, Green Bay.
You guys, what round are you trying to draft me in?
He's probably thinking going to the draft. Well, thank God, there's no chance of me going to fucking Wisconsin.
I actually saw mock drafts last year where they were like, the Cowboys trade up to get a quarterback and they trade Dak Prescott, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, here's another one. They've been saying
not even making those up.
They're saying the Cowboys could trade up and get Kyle Pitts.
I've seen that.
I'm like, dude, their defense was so bad. Us 4 could maybe score some points on it.
Yeah, but
they need to draft a corner.
They don't draft. They don't draft anyone on defense though.
They fell for that CD Lamb, him slipping when they were saying they should have taken. Fuck. It was like a stud rookie player, and they just went with CD Lamb.
I wish they would have dropped because the Miami had like the next pick. I thought we were about to get CD Lamb.
Oh my god, I wish.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, you guys could have used a receiver.
You know who it was? Patrick Queen. That's who it was.
Oh, yeah.
They could have had Patrick Queen instead of CD Lamb, and Patrick Queen's like really good.
Who was that for? I just literally drew blank.
Austin Jackson.
Oh yeah, from USC.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what it is? The O linemen are never sexy picks, and as I get older,
we just draft a lineman at 6.
I mean, if you can get you like a Hagoli Nada, whatever the fuck his name is, from Oregon, if you can get you a Hall of Fame, if you can guarantee he's going to be a Hall of Famer, would you take him?
Probably, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's an O tackle. They're not sexy, but
if you can guarantee it.
Well, I'm saying like Joe Thomas. Look, never saw the fucking playoffs. Played 10 years. 9 offensive coordinators.
Never missed a game.
Yeah, but he also,
Never miss
he
a
also
game.
played for the Browns.
No, I'm saying retires and the Browns win.
Yeah. But no, like one mock draft I saw, just staying on the mock draft topic, it was you're talking about how the Cowboys wanted to trade up to get Kyle Pitts. So they traded Miami, this mock draft this guy did. So they traded their first round pick in Amari Cooper to Miami for the 6th pick and the 18th pick.
Would you do that?
No.
You wouldn't get Amari Cooper?
Fuck no, I would not.
Oh, you hate Amari Cooper.
His contract is like $20 million. Yeah, we don't have enough cap space.
Yeah, it's like
But I'm just thinking, like, what? How are you pulling this out of your ass that the Cowboys are going to trade Amari Cooper?
Would you take Michael Gallup?
No, for 2 first-round picks?
No, and you get a first-round pick.
No, I would not.
Just asking.
Anyways, let's jump on the running backs here. We got Naji Harris. So, Mike, you said you would like the Steelers to get Najee Harris there.
Yeah, I think.
Are you
it would be
not?
Cool.
Are you not impressed? I mean, obviously James Conner, he's not there anymore. He actually signed with the Cardinals. Are you not? Are you not impressed with the Kalen Ballage signing that the?
Yeah, are you not entertained?
Hey, Mike, hold on, Mike. You know you got to give our boy Anthony McFarland some love, right?
No, I do, but I just think
they
we need somebody like bigger.
No, we do. Hey, we talked about this though. Hey, they just signed Anthony McFarland's offensive coordinator from college. He is now the offensive coordinator for the Steelers.
Yeah,
that is probably
what's his name? Matt Canada.
To know.
I'm just saying.
Matt Canada.
Yeah, whoever it was.
Yeah, I think it's Matt Canada.
He was there when McFarland had his breakout season.
So
I'm sure he's pushing for him a little bit. He's going to get some sort of love, but yeah, they do need a bigger guy.
I mean, they still have Snell. Then they get Kalen.
But they're
Ballage.
all. None of those guys are. I mean, I don't know how big Benny Snell or Kalen Ballage is. But
Anthony McFarland's almost 200 pounds.
Yeah, but he's
5'8".
Yeah.
No, bro, I'm 5'8".
Hey, listen. Hey, don't forget. Hey, Mike, we were on the same team. Hey, we were on the same team when we compared him and CEH, and we're like, yo, McFarland can do the same shit he can, and he's faster.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Maybe they signed Canada because they got Mapletron.
That's what everybody's been talking about.
Watch him
the
get
Canadian team now.
Watch him get like Ramondre Stevenson. That's what they need, like a bruiser. Anyway,
every time you guys score a touchdown, the crowd's like, "Oi!"
What do you think Najee Harris goes in the first round?
Because I think it could.
I think the Dolphins or the Steelers are going to be the team to do it.
What was the first running back last?
I think
Dobbins, right?
Clyde Edwards.
Clyde Edwards was the only one.
He was the only one.
He's the only.
So do you think this running back class is higher rated than the last one? Or would you rate the top running back?
I think that
it's so tough looking back. I mean,
just looking back at what teams did last year, no one took because like when you're looking at fantasy football, you're like, oh, this guy's got talent, and they do, but then it's like,
oh wait, no, last year's class, I don't think there's going to be a J.K. Dobbins, a Jonathan Taylor, and a Cam Akers. That
I'm just saying,
and a Clyde Edwards. I know Clyde Edwards, but I still think the guy's super talented.
Yeah, I mean,
just because these guys went like late.
Yeah, there was no
barely touched the first, second round, and they all started in the second. So I'm just curious this year.
I mean, I think they all outplayed their positions. Like all those guys look like solid. Those 4 guys look like they're solid. Even look, James Robinson did really well.
Yeah.
So that's,
I mean, like, would
guys.
you rate this class like the top 3 higher than
last
year's
years?
top 3? Last year's top 3. Or
close.
You could say if it's close, that's fine.
No, it's close because you have Dobbins, CEH, and Jonathan Taylor versus Ian Harris and Javonte Williams.
Yeah.
But
so you could beg the question almost like, will there be another first? Will there even be a first round running back?
Yeah. Nowadays you don't take running backs in the first round.
I think
especially with how banged up they can get. And
I think you're seeing committees too, which is the thing. These teams are realizing like what's
keep the tread.
That and also the running backs don't get paid. It's one of the worst positions to be drafted as, because they just go and we'll just draft someone else.
Yep.
That's what I'm just curious what your guys' thoughts on that was.
Because they end up having to do that anyways.
Very few, and the ones that can do it are the ones that get paid that 13, that Kamara money, that that Zeke money, even though he looks like a bum now, gotten paid.
Yeah, Zeke. Yeah.
Like Dalvin, like those are. But this class has a couple of those guys for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you got Najee Harris, like you said, Alabama. I mean, one thing I was just watching him. I mean, he's for how big he is, being 6'2", 230. I mean, the guy's like super agile. He's light on his feet. He's quick. Stop and go. I mean, you see all these highlights of him like hurdling people and stuff like that. So just to have a guy that big and be that agile, and then be able to catch the ball out of the backfield as well. I mean, if there's going to be one running back who goes in the first round, it's most likely going to be him. I definitely would like it if he slipped into the second round somehow, or maybe Miami makes a move and they try to get him right before the first round ends. But I mean, you got him, like you said, you got Travis Etienne out of Clemson, another guy who's depending on where he lands, could be a fantasy superstar. I mean, that guy's. We were watching some highlights before we got on here. I mean, he's fast.
He's and like I was saying, he's like the humble guy. He doesn't talk at all, quiet. Like I like that.
Yeah.
He said he never brings up football when you talk to him. You would never know he played. Like, ho hum, just goes about his business.
You just call him a hoe.
Ho hum, yeah. He's a ho hum. So, yeah. I like Etienne a little better. It's been going back and forth with me, but I think it's just speed. Harris is big, but Etienne, I think they're both going to be really good. But if one goes to a better landing spot, I don't think they're dependent on landing spots. I think they're both going to do well. But if one can just go to like a good offensive, like if one goes to the Jets, like fuck, I think they'll still be good. But if you know what I mean, so where the offenses they're kind of learning together, trying to learn how to be cohesive. They're all still young, and if one goes to like like the Dolphins or the Steelers, where they're going to a high-powered offense where they don't need to be the guy, then that person will succeed more, I think.
Yeah. One thing with Etienne, like you said, his speed. I mean, that guy's acceleration is just insane. I mean, he literally gets the football and he's just like he's gone.
One cut.
Yeah.
You go. And then you got Javonte Williams, who's
a human truck stick. That's what I wrote down in my notes.
Yeah.
Truck stick?
He's a human truck stick. I mean, that guy.
What is a truck stick?
5'10", 220. I mean, he's like the prototype running back right there. A truck stick where he just bowls through people, trucks people.
You don't remember?
Never played Madden? You truck stick?
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
that's like my height. 5'10",
you're playing like Among Us.
No, I did play
Halo. He's playing Halo.
I'm not good at like the any of like the sports video games.
You're not good at sports?
Hey, since we're live, why don't you show the fans your Among Us impersonation?
What?
And from here, look, I look down underneath the.
I meant imposters. That's what I meant.
Yeah, impersonation.
You know what I meant.
I didn't. I was like, I don't think I've ever impersonated
God damn, you know what I meant.
video game Among Us. No, I just never played the sports video games. I was really bad at them, and I would rage quit and I would break controllers and stuff. So
truck stick was on Madden, but yeah, that's what he does. I mean, the guy, he's built like a bowling ball, and he truck sticks people. Well, he's got a good acceleration, and one thing with him is he shared the workload with the other running back, Michael Carter. So low tread on the tires. He's not one of these guys who's coming in off a 300 touch season. I think he only touched the ball 150, 180 times maybe, give or take. So the tread on the tires is good for him. Those will be the three top running backs right there. Naji Harris, Travis Etienne. Is it Javonte? Are you putting a little Hispanic? Javonte Williams.
And it sucks because I think it was like 4 weeks in.
Is he from Jalisco?
He got known for where he literally ran two dudes over and just kept running. I was like, who is this dude? Eventually, he ended up balling out. So he averaged over 6 yards a carry this year. And I just looked up. He broke a tackle on 46% of his run, which was 11% higher than any other running back in the class. And if you can get almost 7 yards a carry and run people over, I mean, and you're sharing workload, and he could catch out of the backfield. He had like 14 tugs. He's one of those guys. He goes to like Bills, Falcons, or even the Cardinals. I mean, fuck. Or the Texans, even though they have like 4 dudes. He's one of those dudes. He's going to outplay whoever's ahead of him on the depth chart by like week 5. Almost like a Miles Sanders, because they're going to get training camp this year finally, which is another thing for rookies last year that they didn't get. But this year they're going to get the training camp 3 games. I think he's going to.
Yeah. One thing you said, the Bills right there. I keep seeing things or mock drafts, I guess you could say, where they have the Bills drafting a running back, and I just don't understand. They took Zach Moss last year. They have Devin Singletary.
Yeah, like how they
have Josh Allen.
Why do you need another running back? I don't understand why they would.
Do you think
at least
he's
spend a high draft pick on a running back?
Do you think that maybe they're like, well, 2 years ago we drafted a running back and we did pretty good with it, so we do it again, and it worked out actually even better this year, and maybe we'll do it next year and we'll win the Super Bowl.
I'll tell you
maybe
why.
they're thinking that
because the Bills run 4 wide receiver spread more than, I guess they open up the game more than anybody running the 4 wide. So I think they're trying to spread you out, and they want someone who can catch the ball. And the thing, Singletary can catch, but he's not big. And then Zach Moss is big, but he can't catch. So they need somebody who's big and can catch, who's a threat out of the backfield, to where you have to man up on everybody and you have to respect them. And I think that's what they're. I think they're giving Josh Allen all these weapons
Oh man, give him
that's
Travis
why-
Etienne pops in.
That's
They
why I
got
think
him.
Kenny Gainwell, because he can go be a second round slot receiver right now.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna go get a running back, whether it's first or not the first. I think they're gonna get one.
I think they need some defense.
Oh, I'm sure they'll get defense. I mean, they have more than
Their
one
defense got better, if I'm not mistaken, towards the end of the year.
Well,
Yeah.
from the year before, it got worse.
Yeah.
And they lost some more.
pick. I mean, they'll definitely get. I mean, they're probably gonna get more defense. I just think they're gonna get a running back that can catch the ball. Like Zach Moss is.
That's pretty funny. Your analogy right there. Though. He's small. He can catch.
The other
He's
one-
big, but he can.
like one's small, catch. The other one's just big.
It'll be interesting to find out. I feel like obviously what landing spots is big for some of these players. I mean, just depending on, if there's a running back, if they get drafted to a team that already has another running back, or a receiver who, he gets shackled because he's playing with a bad quarterback, or Adam Gase.
I mean, I think the top 3 running backs, top 3 receivers are the only ones that are like not landing spot proof, but their ability will outperform eventually their situation.
For sure. Yeah, so the draft on Thursday, join us for that live stream, jive us. Did you call me a jive turkey?
Yeah, good job.
No, I called you a cocksucker.
I was like, no.
You called me.
I'm pretty sure you call me a Jack.
Yeah. All right, I
We
guess
should clip that. We should put that in our drops.
Yeah,
I don't know.
for sure.
I don't know about that.
You always going to talk about
You
some
will.
off season? Maybe some of
Yeah,
our
that's-
favorite signings. Maybe some signings that we don't like. Some head scratchers.
Perfect, dude. Right on cue. Free agency signing.
Let's
I
start with
forgot
Joe.
to put the S at the end.
It's
Love
magic,
and
bro.
hate.
A couple things.
What do we love and what do we hate for the free agency
It's
signings?
magic.
I have 3 questions for y'all. Fitzmagic, Kyle Van Noy, and Will Fuller.
I just like the Fitzmagic signing for Terry McLaurin.
Oh no, I'm saying it.
Yeah,
no, I'm saying more.
that's-
No, I'm saying losing him though. Y'all like I feel like he's a good locker room guy. Like people fuck with Ryan Fitz.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, losing him was tough. He's a good mentor behind Tua, too. But, I mean,
It's
you can't
time.
you can't blame the guy for wanting to go out there and do his thing and want to, huck it. He wants to.
Yeah, I just want to see the beard in the huddle, like, hut,
I like how.
hut. Remember that?
Hey,
Hut. He's like laughing. I was against the Raiders. Hut, hut.
I like how I'm asking AMAC how he feels about losing Fitzmagic. He's like, I'm glad he's on the Redskins. I'm like, well then fuck.
Hey, you get to watch him play.
No, hey, I hope he balls out, dude.
Dude, has he been on the Redskins before?
It's like when
No.
he's like, I've been. What team haven't not played with?
That's what I mean.
I hope
feel
he
he's on
plays for
every team.
4 more years and makes 3 Pro Bowls.
Yeah. But I agree with you, Anthony. I think this is huge for Terry McLaurin having Fitzmagic.
Yeah.
A guy who literally just gunsling it and
Yeah.
chuck him the ball. I mean, after playing with fucking Dwayne Haskins and I can't remember who else.
I
was the
don't even
quarterback
want
there.
Kyle
I don't
Allen.
even want to tell you
Yeah.
how,
Alex Smith.
how high I might have Terry McLaurin yet.
Yeah.
He's already in my top 10.
Yeah.
to be-
I think
I
you're-
just,
I think
I
you're
just
spot
said
on with
I
that.
don't want to tell you, but I told you.
Yeah. I think you're spot on with that. With that evaluation right there.
Hey, don't
I'm
forget
excited for
about
Terry
fucking
McLaurin.
Logan Paul, not Logan Paul, Logan Thomas.
Logan Paul.
Hey, at least he's a tight end. You know?
This is- yeah.
AMAC's like, I don't want to tell you how high I have Terry McLaurin. Like 10, probably top 10.
No, yeah, I think I'm excited for Fitzpatrick. I think he'll be one of those good late round steals you can get in the draft. Especially you got these other quarterbacks: Josh Allen, Lamar, Mahomes. Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. People are going to be drafting those guys early, but you can get a guy like Fitzmagic in the later rounds, and he could be a top 10 quarterback with the weapons he has. And
For sure.
like I said, he literally is on the tail end of his career. He has 0 fucks to be given. He's literally just going to go out there, guns blazing, huck it, chuck
The
it,
Skins
football.
are a team to watch out for that
Yeah.
division.
I've never
Low-key.
I've
They got
never-
a defense. They got Fitzmagic now.
never met someone who's on the tail end of his career and in his prime at the same time.
It really is. Like he is an anomaly.
He is on the tail end of his prime.
Like
Is what he's on.
I can't wait till someone makes a documentary about him.
He deserves one.
30 for 30.
I mean, true. I mean, really.
You know what the cover has to be though? When he was on the Bucks and he wore Deshaun Jackson's clothes
Oh my God!
Oh,
yes.
with the necklace on and his chest hair out.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's crazy because sorry, I don't know why I thought about
That's
it.
it.
I was I don't even know everything of this, but I saw Ricky Williams smoking weed on someone's
On
someone's
Instagram
YouTube.
Live.
And it's like it's just like thinking about like how like weed used to be this terrible thing, but it's like Ricky Williams was out there just
Ahead of his time.
yeah.
Now you don't even get in trouble for that shit.
No, yeah.
No.
Yeah, for real.
I always think it's crazy how you get banned out of the league for it. Like, And I was like,
that is true, and he was like really good at football. Ricky Williams was
looking back,
really
he was
good.
just happy smoking. He's like, dude, I like to paint.
Yeah.
The fuck? Can I not paint? He's like, dude, let the guy be happy. Fuck.
Yeah, he's like, he's not smoking bud and fucking up. He's
Yeah.
painting
right.
pretty
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
He's like, come in. What are all these paintings on the wall?
I'm high. I'm high.
Wow.
But yeah, Fitzmagic. All right. What about Will Fuller? Y'all think?
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped for Will Fuller. I knew Miami was going to go out and get a receiver in the free agent market. I mean, there was a lot of Kenny Golladay ties or rumors. I like Kenny Golladay. I think he's super good, but he's just too similar to what Devontae Parker is to me. You know, just a big body guy, can high point the ball, win those 50-50 contested catches. We needed a playmaker. We needed a guy who could stretch the field. We needed a guy who could take a slant to the house. That's what Will Fuller was to me. So I'm pretty excited that we got him, especially on a 1-year, $10 million deal. So it's cheap. If it doesn't work out, we kick him to the curb. But I think that's why we got to get a guy like Jamar Chase, because he's basically that Will Fuller or that playmaker for us if Will Fuller doesn't pan out. But, yeah, I think Will Fuller is going to open up the offense a ton for this if he can stay on the field. I mean, that's probably, two of, I'm not sure what the word is here, but two really good receivers in Devontae Parker and Will Fuller, but these guys just can't stay healthy. So if these guys can stay healthy for a full 16 games, seeing two in the second year, I'm excited for what he could bring to the table. I like Will Fuller. I mean, is he going to be what he was with Deshaun Watson? Probably not, especially because Miami's defense is better than what the Texans' defense was. But I'm glad that we got Will Fuller. I think it can only help Tua in this offense.
If he can't throw to Will Fuller wide or stretching down the field,
I mean, you got to think, if you have Will Fuller, Jamar Chase, Devontae Parker, and then Gasecki, I mean, that's...
And maybe
that's
Naji
plenty of
Harris
weapons.
and Etienne.
Yeah.
Don't forget
Or-
Jakeem Grant. You just can't see him.
Yeah,
He's gone.
that's a lot of things there. So yeah, I do like Will Fuller there. I'm just not sure how much Tua is going to be like. Is Tua one of those guys who's thrown up a ton of points or yards or whatever like that? I think he's more of like a game manager. He can get when he needs to throw the ball, he can. But I feel like Miami's defense is going to be so good that we're not going to have to throw the ball as much as we need to. I mean, what do you feel about it, Anthony?
Plain and simple, for fantasy, I don't like it. For NFL,
yeah,
nothing to lose with that. I think Will Fuller can actually be not a premier one, but a true one.
Until he got caught
and he kind of showed it. So now
drinking
you have
water.
2 ones where I guess I have to wait to stat out my range of outcomes with Tua and the possible growth and where that goes and where I see the defense playing and schedule and target volume. But as of right now, I just think it's going to make both Parker and him volatile week to week, and then you got Gasecki. I don't like it for fantasy. I probably won't be touching any Dolphin pass catchers.
Is this like a super fade on Preston Williams?
Yeah, I mean, if they draft Jamar Chase, Preston Williams might super fade and never see the field.
Put it this way, Tua
hit him with the.
Tua might be able to carry 2 receivers, but he's not carrying 3.
Yeah,
no. And Jasecki, no.
I mean, Gasecki is a
he's gonna
receiver,
catch
basically.
Well, and you look at what I know it's a different offensive coordinator came in, but our running backs are pass catching running backs last. So you have to factor that in too. They're getting a piece of the pie. So that's what I'm just I don't know.
And Harris and Etienne are very able pass catchers. Like they can fucking both do really well out of the backfield. So it's not like gonna go and get you a Jordan Howard again.
Yeah,
he went back to the Eagles. Fuck me, right? Jesus. Speaking of bad signings, what's a bad one?
Guys,
didn't he retire?
He retired from the Dolphins. He doesn't know the NFL has retired him yet. He's just still trying to.
Good.
We got a chat.
Oh, dude. Bet. Bet.
So someone wrote in here. So this is a live. Where if you're
we'll
listening
make out
to
in
this,
front of everybody.
if you're listening to this in the future, this was recorded live. So if you would like to chat to us when we're doing the podcast, go ahead and go subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can see there. But someone said, blah, 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 I'm for gay dudes. So that was
Go
nice.
follow N Pipes.
Who's PPAs?
Anyways.
That's fucking great. Whoever it is, that's great.
Thanks, PPAs.
Yeah,
N Pipes.
Let me ask you about this one, Drake, 'cause I know you like him. But what do you think about your boy Sam Darnold? He gets traded to the Panthers. You know me, I'm not big on Sam Darnold. I thought he was not very good. I don't see how you throw 20 interceptions or have 20 turnovers in college and then just get better and once you go to the NFL. But I'm not mad at the landing spot. If there's any spot to like resurrect or save his career, I feel like it's Carolina. I mean, he has the connection and the rapport with Robbie Anderson already from the time with the Jets. You got DJ Moore. Christian McCaffrey obviously does not hurt to have coming out of the backfield. So, I mean, if Sam Darnold's going to be this guy that everyone thought he was when they drafted him, the second overall, third overall, whatever it was,
Third, yeah.
I think this is a good spot for him to kind of prove his worth and who he is as a player. I mean, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, I was one of those. I liked him last year, obviously. The Jets overall were a fucking dumpster fire. But, I mean, I think he's under Adam Gase. I'm going to blame Adam Gase for everything until I see them play on another team. Sorry, Adam Gase is a shit sandwich.
Valid point.
So, this is the thing. He's younger than Joe Burrow, and he's going into his 4th year in the league. Right? Yeah, 4th year. I mean, the dude, he's got the NFL experience. He's still young, and I think he's just one of those. He needed just some new scenery. And like you said, he has all these weapons around him. He's never had anybody good. I had a video, and I'm so fucking mad. I was waiting for this moment. I wish I had it, but he's played with 8 different tight ends. He's thrown to like 20 different receivers. He's had the least amount of
consistency.
Well, just like yeah, for sure, like camaraderie around like his teammates. Like he has nothing the same. It's always different offensive coordinators. He's almost like Alex Smith on the Niners, where he had 4 offensive coordinators in 4 years.
Yeah. He's
like Ryan Tannehill on the Dolphins.
Yeah,
and then he became Super Bowl caliber.
Yeah,
now
he's on. No, I mean, look. And then he found Arthur Smith. Hey, and now he got paid $100 million trillion. No, I think it's the
Twice.
same thing. I think he just needed to get away from the Jets. I think he's uber talented. He does have turnover problems, but he's also was on a bad team, though. Bad O-line. He had if your best receiver is Jamison Crowder, no disrespect, he has had absolutely no. Austin Safari and Jenkins, he was throwing the ball to some bums.
He's throwing the Baltimore receivers.
He's literally never had. He's never had a DJ Moore. He's had Robbie Anderson, and look, him and Robbie Anderson
they have the connection and the rapport.
Yeah, they have good chemistry. So,
well, he's never had a CMC.
I think he's a buy.
Leaving him out for
definitely
like 5 minutes.
Yeah. I think he's one of those guys that you can almost take in a fantasy league as like your backup quarterback. And then if he balls, you trade your starter and you can ride with him. He has talent. He's still young. He's not like a Josh Rosen.
I think
where he's a lost cause.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where no one even wants him. You didn't hear every team he goes to takes a quarter, trades up, and they were doing that. And every team he goes to, the team he's on trades up and gets a quarterback in the first round. He's on the Cardinals, they got Kyler. Then he goes to the Dolphins, they get Tua, and then he's on the Niners and they traded up again. 3 teams in a row. But don't be Josh Rosen.
Yeah, I'm not mad at taking a shot on Darnold. I mean, obviously, you're going to get him in the late rounds of your fantasy draft, too. So it's like,
undrafted.
Yeah, or undrafted. So, I mean, if you want to do 2 quarterbacks and play the matchups week to week, I mean, like you said, Matt Rule's offense is like that high tempo. He's an offensive-minded coach. So, and he's got playmakers out there.
And McCaffrey, for sure, is going to get some
McCaffrey, DJ Moore, and like I said, he has a connection with Robbie Anderson. And we saw how, Robbie Anderson, played at Temple with Matt Rule, so he knows that playbook already, and we saw how Robbie Anderson kind of
career year.
Mike, you called that one. You kept talking about how no one's talking about Robbie Anderson.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, draft neck, give him some respect, dude.
Yeah, dude, you seen his neck?
He's not a llama. He's a fucking giraffe, dude. He's king of the jungle.
It's kind of like an alpaca.
Do you like this? I know you're a big DJ Moore guy. Do you like the Sam Darnold signing? You think it's an upgrade from Teddy Bridgewater at least, or
I don't know yet. If he can at least hit 10% more of the passes than Teddy Bridgewater. Yeah. Like I said, I got to break down my statistics, like pass run ratio, where I think the ball's going to go, this and that. I mean, I think DJ Moore's he's shown he can do it all. I think he has the potential to be a top 5 fantasy receiver. So he's going late in the small mock drafts I've done, like 6th, 7th round. So I love the value already.
Yeah.
But I mean, is Sam Darnold a 30 touchdown quarterback? I don't think that limits his upside. Is he, 4,000 to 4,500 yard guy? I don't know. I got to look deeper into it. I mean, I love DJ Moore. If I was kind of hoping they would draft somebody because then I'd be a little bit more excited. But to Dre's point, it was Adams Gase.
Sucks.
He just
don't
kind of
know.
just suck.
I don't know.
I mean, to be honest, like DJ Moore could have probably had 8 touchdowns and 1,500 yards if Teddy Bridgewater would
just be able to be a
be
competent
able to be a
quarterback.
decent quarterback. So if you can say Sam Arnold
Sam
could
Arnold.
like
at least be a little bit better than him.
Arnold.
DJ, get to the chopper. If you can at least be like a little bit better, then
Everybody get down. Get down.
Get down the field. DJ Moore.
I want to say
Down
yes,
the
but
field.
I'm like,
That's great.
I gotta look more into it.
For sure, yeah.
That's
What about some of the ones you hate? One thing I'll tell you this is I don't know if I'm going to draft any Texans player. I mean, you got the whole Deshaun
running back.
Watson
No,
thing.
no Brandon Cooks.
No,
No.
you got the whole Deshaun Watson thing. I mean,
I thought the whole thing was a
he's
setup
got
from
more.
jump.
He's got more sexual assault cases against him than he did touchdown passes last year. Is what it seems like.
I
I
just
mean, he literally has like
close.
22.
Yeah, I mean,
honest.
you
that
know,
shit's fake, bro. That's not
Yeah.
real. I was
And then in terms of the running backs here, I mean,
on that side.
they get rid of Duke Johnson, but then they still have David Johnson for one more year, but then they sign Mark Ingram, and then they sign Phillip Lindsay. So now they have David Johnson, Mark Ingram, and Phillip Lindsay all in the same backfield. I don't think I'm going to be touching any of these
All right.
these
Okay,
running
so time
backs
out.
at all.
All right, let's play a
whatsoever.
game.
Time out,
The-
wait.
the-
Let me
you
go
go first.
First, how do you apply for the Texans GM position?
honestly, I think if you go on LinkedIn, I think they just go basic shit like.
I think when it was the guy in the
Go on-
corner,
go
he's
on
like,
Indeed, go on Indeed.
"We'll do any job. We'll work for food." They're like, "You're hired."
Yeah.
Like, who would you
Gotcha.
sign first? You're like, Mark Ingram. They're like, hired.
Who'd you send second? Phillip Lindsay. Hired.
I just don't understand why you need all three of these running. I mean, you trade away DeAndre Hopkins to get David Johnson, so you're thinking like, okay, well at least we got our running back of the I guess for the future or for the next couple years.
The next couple
Nope.
months.
They're like, yeah, let's go get 2 other running backs, to kind of make this even more,
fun.
yeah, more congested of a backfield than it already was. So I mean, are you guys taking any shots on these guys? I mean, like you said, Brandon Cooks maybe, but I don't even know. Like that, when I saw those signings, I couldn't understand why they would want that.
All right, here, let's do this.
I think we got Brandon Cooks late, so I think I might like the late round. Like if no one knows what's going on, Deshaun. So like,
Yeah.
if we still don't know what the hell's going on, Brandon Cooks might be like a 12, 13.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's like,
that's true.
why not take a shot that deep? But after that, no.
Oh, if you had to pick, let's do it on the count of 3. If you had to pick one running back to come out to emerge out of those 3, the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Phillip
Lamar
Lindsay.
Miller.
Phillip Lindsay.
Yeah.
Phillip Lindsay.
I
Mark
said
Ingram.
Mark Ingram.
I actually said Austin Eckler.
I said Lamar Miller.
I heard Mike say Miller.
So I think you're saying someone else other
just
than
kidding.
those 3. Hey, but I'm telling you, that's like if you get one of like a rookie running back that gets signed by the Texans, that's a perfect spot where that dude can literally jump all 3 of those dudes
Yeah.
by like week 6 or 7. You know what I mean? Just comes in and just by simply being younger than all of them.
Yeah. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Mark Ingram
don't
honestly should just. I fuck with Mark Ingram. He should have just retired. I know. I mean, I like the dude. I try to get him
I
all,
don't.
every year. But you know what? When you're a healthy scratch, like 3 of the last 4 games, and like Justice Hill's playing over you.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
fuck.
but dude, his
it's because
name's
he
Justice.
plays special teams. That's
Big
why Mark
trust.
Ingram is literally just a running back. Like that's it. He doesn't.
I gave up on Mark Ingram after he left the Saints.
Oh, he did good 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, he just. I
I
mean,
gave up
he's had
when
a
he
good.
was at Chaos looking out of shape.
He's had a good. He's
Chaos
had a
is
good-
a nightclub, by the way, guys. Big club
he's had a
nightclub.
good career though. Heisman Trophy
Yeah.
winner. Yeah, no. Texans are a dumpster
Faded
fire.
now. I think another one that kind of caught me by surprise was you had I don't know if it's because Cam Newton can only throw the ball 5 yards on the field, but then you get the Patriots signing Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry. They get the number 1 and the number 2.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
The number 1 and the number 2 tight end in the free agency. 2 guys who could be the alpha number 1s on any team. Now you have them on the same team. I get it. You've done it before with Gronk and Hernandez in the past with Brady, but it's a different era. It's different players, and Cam Newton's not fucking Tom Brady.
Dude, at least
It's
one.
fucking. I mean, Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, one
is
of them will go
stupid
to jail.
athletic,
So
though.
Yeah, Giselle's fucking Tom Brady, not Cam Newton.
Yeah. I mean, were you guys taking a shot on those guys, or are you just like, are those guys just, since there's 2 of them there, there's only one football, plus Cam Newton not, being the most reliable passer? Just early thoughts on that.
that's enough for me.
I
Dog.
mean, I mean, I am a Jonnu Smith owner, but the way I see it, I don't think there's any way he's going to get less targets than he has already gotten with the Titans.
Yeah.
And he got 7, 8 touchdowns. I think he's only going to get more targets. And if there's any team that I'm going to trust to run 2 tight end set, it's going to be the Patriots. Josh McDaniels has done it. It's not like you can be like, oh, well, it was a different dude calling the plays back then. It was the same dude calling the same plays.
So you're saying Cam Newton's going to throw more touchdowns than Ryan Tannehill?
No, that's definitely not what I'm saying. But I'm saying he's going to get more opportunities to do better. Just because, I mean, the Titans are run first, play action. You have.
I'm calling dynasty bias.
Corey Davis, AJ Brown. He's going to get more targets. I think he only got like 60. Like he doesn't get he doesn't get a lot of targets, but he was a big red zone guy. I mean, I think they're going to help each other out. Hunter Henry, is he going to get 7, 8 touchdowns again? No, but I could see him getting more catches more.
I mean, but the Patriots, they do like to run the ball more than throwing the ball. So, I mean, the pass attempts are already going to be down. Then now there's another tight end you're fending for to be on the field. I mean, they go out and they get a couple, I don't want to say low-end wide receivers, Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne. We still have Jacoby Myers and N'Keal Harry, who
they got to see
maybe N'Keal Harry breaks out finally. But I don't know. I would just be fading early thoughts. I didn't like those signings either because it just doesn't make sense. I don't understand why you would put.
I mean, I feel you, but here, think about it this way. Out of all those people you named, who's the most athletic motherfucker you know? Jonnu Smith.
Cam Newton.
Jonnu Smith is the most athletic motherfucker out of all of those.
Yeah.
Nelson Aguilar. He drops babies.
I forgot about that. So, I mean, but what if they get Jimmy G, though? Does that change everything? What if they trade and get Jimmy G back?
Because he throws the tight ends. I feel like those tight ends could be so hit or miss. Like 1 week you get Jonnu week, next week's Hunter Henry week, and then it's like I feel like at the tight end position it's already inconsistent enough. I mean, I guess it'd be the same, but I just rather be a little more neutiral.
Dude, cut
other tight ends.
Yeah, the guy carrying 2 tight ends was Tom Brady, who was throwing for 40 touchdowns and 4,500 yards. Yeah. So none of those guys are going to be that.
Yeah, but Hunter Henry's old. Cut to Big Daddy Adam Sandler saying he's old. He's old balls.
Old balls. His gray hair and his saggy skin and his. I'm Frankenstein.
Old.
What about what's another good signing?
I was gonna say not a signing necessarily, but a player leaving a team. You got Kyle Rudolph leaving the Vikings, signing with the Giants, so that kind of just opens the door for Irv Smith to be. Dude, I think Irv Smith is.
That's your guy, right?
It's his.
How much percentage of the league is your guy?
I mean, try to get him in a couple times.
No, you know what it is? You just love tight ends.
I mean, I'm a tight end whisperer, so if I'm trying to get one of your tight ends, you probably should keep him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh my god,
Irv Smith.
But I have fucked with Irv Smith though. Like he got drafted at 20 years old. He was the youngest player taken in that draft. So he's going into year 3 at like 21, 22, and his snap percentage went up the last like 4 or 5 weeks. He was hurt a little bit, but he's every bit, and they don't have anything else really after Thielen and Justin Jefferson.
Thielen, Justin Jefferson, and Irv Smith's probably gonna be the main. He's
gonna have those weeks where they might be a little more sporadic, but there's gonna be times where they focus on Jefferson and the receivers, and they're gonna make Irv Smith beat you. I think he's gonna have for sure the 30-year break.
Yeah, I love Irv Smith. I think he's got top. I don't want to say top 5,
15. Sure. Oh, you're like breakout.
Yeah, I think he can break out. I mean, that's what they drafted him for, to be a guy like that. I mean, you take him in the first round, and now that Kyle Rudolph's not there. I mean, yeah, you got Thielen and Justin Jefferson, but I feel like the tight end spot is so hard to, obviously you have Kelsey, Kittle, Waller.
For sure.
But I mean, after those 3 guys, it could kind of go into a toss-up. I mean, last year we saw a bunch of tight ends out of nowhere.
Hawk is getting up there.
Hawkinson's, got up there for sure. Yeah, I do love Irv Smith this year. I think that was this one signing where a player left, kind of an addition by subtraction, I guess, in a sense.
And it says a lot that they gave Rudolph an extension last year, and then they're like, actually, we're good.
So
I'll say one of my low key. Oh, Mike, go. Sorry.
I was gonna say. So
you speak beautiful.
You think? You think Irv? So you think Irv Smith's like a teenager before Accutane?
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's breaking out.
Oh, God, waiting on it.
Tough Appleton acting.
You were just sitting on that one,
bro. That threw me off so hard when he kept telling me I was beautiful. Felt good though.
You got a beautiful voice.
Anyways, go ahead. Anthony?
I was say my low key signing, Matt Stafford, or trade. It's a trade.
Yeah,
It's
it's
still in the
Yeah. Move. It's like free agency moves.
Yeah.
You know,
I just
over
feel like
there.
you look at like what Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp over the last few years are doing, where they've been able to rank, and I think they're, I've looked at some like off-season rankings. They're ranked like
Respectable.
kind of compared to where they finished. They're ranked like in the like late teens, early 20s, and I feel like those guys have been, top 20 receivers the last
Yeah,
2-3
pretty
years.
consistent.
Yeah, and it's like you have Matthew Stafford, who I believe is actually better than Jared Goff, and who Sean McVay can maximize his potential. He's still only like 32 years old. Sounds stupid, but he's still young as shit because he's been in the league for like 14, 15 years.
Brady's like
He started at like 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I like that as like a move to just kind of. I think week to week you saw Goff, who was someone who was inconsistent, like at home and road splits. But I think Matt Stafford is someone who's going to show a little bit more stability on the road and home, and who even's a guy who's thrown for 5,000 yards in the past.
Yeah.
So it's not out of the realm if the defense struggles that he can go out there and try and playing the ball and make these guys, consistent week to week. That's like my under the radar.
I feel like a lot of
low-key.
people really want to see Matt Stafford do well. I feel like I
mean,
don't know.
he's
I don't know
good,
anybody.
man.
I don't know anybody that doesn't like the guy. I think
Yeah.
like everybody's kind of like they just hope to see him do well and like not be injured and not break his back spinal.
Spine.
I mean, he's really good.
Did
Yeah, he can slang that bitch.
Did you see that guy? Who I can't remember what position who he was, but he was on the Rams when they traded for Matt Stafford, and then they traded Jared Goff, and he basically said in an interview, yeah, this is an upgrade, and then like a week later he got traded to the Lions.
Yeah. I think
So
it was
he went
Michael,
back-
Michael Brockers, I think.
Yeah,
really?
bro, and then so he
Yeah.
has to go back and like now Jared Goff's his quarterback again, and he said like in an interview,
He's
like
like-
yeah, we got to upgrade, we got Matt Stafford,
Yeah, he's like, it was an upgrade. And then like a week later, they traded him.
That's
to the Lions.
like,
What
I
a
hope he learned-
nightmare! Imagine that in the locker room,
I
like,
know.
oh, what's up, Jared?
Well, I'm sure
What's up, bro?
Jared Goff's like, I'm sure this will whoop my ass. So
For sure, yeah.
it's still funny though.
Solid point.
Still funny though.
Yeah, it's super funny.
Yeah, no, like that. I agree. Like I said, I mean, Goff could throw for 4,600 yards. I think it was like back-to-back years. Maybe
Yeah,
not last
close
year,
to
but
that,
yeah.
And touchdowns were like medium, but like we've seen Stafford do more
Yeah.
and be
Like
more
you said, Stafford guy who has a 5,000 yard season.
and being consistent on the road versus like Jared Goff would have these massive games and 4 touchdowns, 400 yards, and he would disappear for like.
I mean, I know he's had Megatron and Galladay. Those are some good receivers, but I mean, you can argue it's his best like 1-2 combo, I guess, with Kupp and Woods and guys who are just like route runner. Give those guys could bring to the table. Yeah, I like that one too.
I have two. One, they're both pretty random. One, I like Emmanuel Sanders to the Bills. Yeah, and I like John Brown.
Give
I
me
like
all
both
the
of those.
Cole Beasley.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what
he's
I
gonna.
want.
Yeah, the
I want
slot.
all the Cole Beasley I can get this year. We saw it last year, I think.
Yeah, he was balling. He was a top 25 wide receiver.
Yeah, I think we saw how reliable he was for Josh Allen and how comfortable Josh Allen got with him, especially in PPR. Give me all.
Why do you think that is? Because he was open. Because he was open. Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Because white.
Because he was open.
Oh,
Because it looks like Thor.
yeah,
You
me
think
too. That's what I
Wow,
said.
Mike. Jesus, I didn't mean to set you up. He threw it to him because he was open. Jesus. But yeah,
Oh,
I mean, same
shit.
thing with John Brown. I mean, if Nelson Aguilar can do that, if John Brown could just stay healthy, he had that 70,000 8-touchdown season 2 years ago. If he can be healthy, he can be the alpha there. I mean, there's no reason he can't be a top 30 wide receiver again, 35.
Yeah.
The Raiders are going to pass. I mean, their defense was their problem. Derek Carr didn't do that bad. Like, I mean, fantasy wise, maybe not the best, but football wise, efficiency wise, he didn't really turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Grew up for almost 30 touchdowns. Like, their defense just couldn't stop a fucking nosebleed. That's why they suck.
Yeah, I'm not mad at the Smokey Brown one.
And they took Colin Flaro instead of Devin White from the.
I think the head scratcher for the Raiders is them signing Kenyon Drake when you have
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs. So now that's that kind of kills both their values for me. Unless one of the guys goes down with an injury that knock on wood, you never want to say or never want to see. I'm not sure if I'll be comfortable taking either one of those guys. I mean, they kind of fall into like that low end RB2 flex range now for me because I mean, And they didn't just sign Drake. Like, they gave him like $9 million a year or something like that. So they gave him like a hefty little payday, and that's after having Josh Jacobs there too. So I don't know if they just want to keep both guys fresh throughout the season. They're thinking long term.
Is Kenyon Drake ever really value?
I got to go back and break down snap count because I think this could actually make Josh Jacobs his draft value worth it.
Because he was more like his yards per
He
carry
actually was.
wasn't-
Well, it's not even his yards per carry. I think he had a down year last year.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't good.
Yards per carry, and his snap percentage I don't think was like above 70%. I think 62, 60, 63.
With Devontae Booker, that's why.
Yeah, so it's like, is Drake just going to take that 30-35% and keep Jacobs around the same? Because it wasn't much of a. They were saying they were going to make him more of a pass catcher, but like he might get 20 catches, 25 catches, 30 catches. But if you're getting him in the third round because of the Drake signing, I don't think it's a bad half to standard.
Yeah, for sure. Because remember he said he
Not
wanted
so much,
65
not so much
catches.
a PPR running back, but
I don't think you pay a guy $9 million and don't give him at least 50% of the snaps. That's a lot of money for a running back to be kind of sitting on the sideline. I think that we're looking at a full running back by committee over there.
I feel like the Raiders are doing this whole like, let's keep them fresh for the playoffs. It's like you don't make the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
You guys are in the same division as the Chiefs.
That'll
we
just
also
be
have to
an
see if
area
Drake's
where-
even himself. He looked like shit last year.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't look good.
He looked like shit last year. So if he's that, then Jacobs will be a value.
Raiders
Yeah,
also
that's
lost a lot. The center, they traded away the center to the Cardinals. The Rodney Hudson, who was
who's
pretty solid. I mean, we'll see if they address that in the
ridiculously
draft. Yeah, but he's been a consistent center for years and
Yeah,
years.
he's
Okay,
like Hall of
but-
Famer.
Okay, so we'll do this on 3 thing again.
right.
Who do you think of as better? Yeah, or not think of as better, but like who would you rather have?
The good it is.
Drake or Jacobs?
All right, ready?
Like
One,
two,
two,
three.
three. Both.
Jacobs.
Yeah, let's say Jacobs.
I said
I mean,
both.
you know what I mean, though.
I would if you're gonna get one, I'd
No.
get both of them and handcuff them. That's what I would do.
I'll handcuff you.
So if
like,
one of them
like
gets
Anthony
hurt,
says, now you're like locking up 2 spots for one starting role. And
well, at least
what's
I
their
know that they're gonna.
ADPs?
At least I know that if one of them gets hurt, the other one at least is gonna fucking play.
But if it's like a 4th and like a 7th round pick, that's a lot to lock up.
Yeah, that I wouldn't do. But I mean, where would you feel comfortable taking Drake?
I don't know. I think I would just stay away. It's early. We don't know what
It's
the
early,
ADPs
yeah, we don't
are and
know,
stuff
yeah.
like that. But I'm just early thoughts. I'm thinking this is going to be running back by committee, and I'd rather take a guy maybe in the 3rd round. I don't know, name off my head. I'd rather have a guy like J.K. Dobbins if he falls to the 3rd round potentially, or something like that. Or
Sure.
maybe one of these receivers who could give me a top 10 upside. I mean, last year Calvin Ridley was falling in the 3rd round, and we were like, hey, we love Calvin Ridley. All of us, we are all taking Calvin Ridley no matter what. I mean, the guy finished top 10, top 5, but you're finding that top 5 potential for receiver in the 3rd round. I might even take a guy like Kelsey or Kittle if they fall to the 3rd round instead of a guy like Jacobs or Drake in the 3rd round potentially who's in a timeshare. That was just another head scratcher for me. Right there. I didn't understand that one.
Yeah. Yeah, if they're close in ADP, I get exactly what you mean.
I mean, hey, you never know. The Raiders might trade Kenyon Drake at the draft. I mean, think about it. The Raiders
I
draft.
think they paid him $9 million because his 40 was under a 4.4.
They
It was the
drafted.
fastest running back in that class.
They drafted.
Hey, look,
Lynn,
let's look it up.
they drafted Lynn Bowden in the 3rd, and then
What was
traded
the-
him for a 4th before he ever played a game.
Hey, I like that trade because they traded in Miami.
Hey,
What a bunch of
all jokes
morons.
aside, how fast is Drake in his combine compared to the rest of the running backs?
What year was he drafted?
I don't know.
Like 15.
Okay, I'll look that up. But
Hey,
you
look it
guys
up while we
continue.
continue the show. What do we got next?
Oh, I guess we could say, kind of addition by subtraction. So Drake leaves Arizona. There's kind of some rumors at first. Chase Edmonds would be the guy there going forward. But then they signed James Conner. So are you guys at all excited about this? They got the center from the Raiders, who's good center. Just kind of locked down that interior of the offensive line there. And, as bad as Drake was with the efficiency of the yards per carry, we saw Cliff Kingsbury give him the ball 20 times a game. And that was still with Chase Edmonds getting a couple carries and a couple catches out of the
Doing
backfield.
well, yep.
But Drake was getting 20 carries, 20 carries, and goal line work. It seemed like every single week, automatic, no matter what. No matter how bad he was doing, he'd get 20 carries for 60 yards, but he'd get you a touchdown, maybe a catch or two. Are you at all intrigued at the signing that James Conner could be that guy if he's going to get 18 carries, or do you think James Conner's best days are in the past?
I think with this offense, they're so quick paced. They run a lot. they're like top 10 in like plays run. I mean, they do find, if you noticed last year, they were inside the 5 all the time, but it was fucking Kyler tucking it and keeping it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've kind of seen Kyler come to his own like you have with excuse me, I'm about to burp. Get what they do with like Josh Allen and like some of these like Cam Newton back in the day is like he's inside the 5, he's gonna make the call to read the defense and he's gonna run it when he wants to. So James Conner hasn't been the healthiest. I think Chase Edmonds has shown more as a pass catcher than James Conner has as far as elusiveness and some other things, but I don't know.
It'd be interesting to see if they draft the running back too. Obviously, if they draft the running back, that makes the situation a little bit more murky.
I feel like they're another team that will take one, and I think later on I have like a list of like teams.
What if they went after a guy like what's their draft position?
Well,
they got 16.
Yeah. 16. Yeah.
By
I
the
don't
way,
think they have too many needs on defense.
I saw something where they trade up for Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I was like, what would that be? Just to kind of like dynamic their offense.
That would be insane. Oh no, Dan Arnold left.
Did he really?
He's on the Panthers.
Oh, he's on the Panthers now.
by the way, Kenyon Drake was the 3rd fastest 40 time, and he's like basically the only running back
left.
Like the guys who were faster went to like San Jose State. Like it was nothing, Also,
he's like the best one that's
basically he's like the fastest. You're not wrong. He basically is the fastest running back in the 2016 class.
So there's something to this.
There's something. Hey, in the words of someone in dodgeball, beer me Blazer.
Hey Drake, we're gonna pay you $3 million for the next 3 years. His agent's like,
now I'm looking.
have you seen his 40? The 2016 combine? All right, we're gonna give you $9 million. Goddamn it! All right, I'll sign.
Hey, I bet Darius Hayward Bay is somewhere just kicking it.
Bro,
like, God, thank God I'm fast.
They're like,
I suck.
They're like, you spent how much on Kenyon Drake? And then he's like, hold on 1 second. And then he just emails him a link to his 40-yard dash like YouTube trailer or a highlight.
Hey, Mac, just train and run a 4.4. You'll get drafted at something.
We're in Lou, live in Vegas.
Oh, yeah. If this guy was on coke, he ran a 4.3.
Any other ones? I mean, I just one real quick
Mike, you got anybody?
What about the you got no more Phillip Lindsay over there with Melvin Gordon for the Broncos. Are you excited about Melvin Gordon? No, because now he's kind of the keys to the kingdom and should just be his show. Or
no? What about Mike Boone? They signed Mike Boone from Minnesota.
Like who?
Like Hoon?
What? Mike Boone?
Mike Boone.
I'm not worried about Mike Boone. Bro.
I'm not worried about him, but I'm saying from a fantasy or like a fantasy or dynasty. I mean, who's to say that Melvin Gordon plays all 16 games? I mean, he's a direct backup, and he looked good when he played in Minnesota. But yeah, Melvin Gordon is gonna get. They're gonna give him the keys, but
bro, when's
the last time he's played all 16 games?
You never saw Phillip Lindsay coming either.
I mean, that's another one. I'm just saying, Mike Boone is like he showed talent.
Melvin Gordon could see 300 total touches and.
Yeah,
and getting a workload like that is, there's only a handful of running backs who are going to see around 300
driving.
Think he has a knee though?
I kind of like it. I wasn't in on the Melvin Gordon train last year, but things change year to year. And I think it's early, like you said, but early all aboard the Melvin Gordon
and plus,
train.
I just got to give a different view. I love Melvin Gordon, but just still, Mike Boone is somebody that I would in leagues like. Just take a look at because if they don't have anything after him, they have what bum ass Royce Freeman, who's probably gonna play fullback soon because he's so fucking fat.
He's been hanging out Eddie Lacy.
Yeah, exactly. Eating just cheeseburgers, tossing them things.
Cheeseburger Eddie.
Yeah, that was just another one I liked right there. Kind of early Melvin Gordon.
I have like a low key one.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, I'm never gonna play him, but I mean, Josh Reynolds on the Titans. He's a new wide receiver too. There, like clear cut. He's gonna get more targets. They lost Jonnu Smith. They lost Corey Davis, so he's probably on a clear path to 80 targets, maybe behind AJ Brown. So I mean, that's just a decent sneaky signing, I would say.
What do you think if Corey if they
I was gonna say Corey Davis.
Corey Davis to the Jets.
Low key one.
Honestly,
Keelan Cole to the Jets is another good one.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Jets have a good.
I mean, they might.
Well, someone's got to get the ball.
Listen, dude, Adam Gase is away.
I'm telling you, hey.
My fantasy team wants to play.
You know what? Nothing would make me happier than to see the Jets, like, what if they run, like, a decent offense and they win, like, 8 or 9 games next year?
What if the Jets finish with a higher record than the Dolphins?
That's not happening.
What would you
Dude,
guys
when
do?
you say silly shit, we lose subscribers. So
No, but I'm just saying, like, what would
Dude,
you
we're
guys
at
do?
909. We went up.
What? Oh, that's not ours.
Who dat? Who dat?
God damn it.
Let's see what else. I'm trying to think. I know there's a couple we missed.
yeah, I mean, just things off the top of our
It's
head.
early.
Like that. Yeah, it's early. Where are we
It's-
at, Mike? Gonna be over an hour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Hour and 17 minutes.
For sure.
Here we go. Yeah, I think we're at an
Oh,
hour.
Andre Navarro just signed to the Niners. Special teams.
Yeah, we're at like an hour. Yeah, way over an hour.
Yeah.
Hour and 14.
I think so.
I said we're hour 17.
Okay, cool.
Your boy's good.
Well, thank you, everybody. I feel like I always used to end these, but you know,
Yeah, we're back.
We're
bro.
changing
It's-
things.
It's been a while.
You didn't do your.
oh, I didn't. Oh my god, I forgot. It's a
yeah.
new year, season 4, dude. We don't do that shit.
Oh, it's pie piece.
It's
You still gotta
it's
sign us out,
Pie
though,
PS.
dude.
Pie
'cause,
PS.
you know, you're the.
Pie piece or pie
I gotta
PS?
sign us out or
Pie
what?
PS.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
I say pie piece.
This has been the AVG Fantasy Football Podcast. We're here for you. You come here for us. You know, and because of that, there's a mutual agreement. All right, we're changing things up this year. We got the live stream capabilities back,
About time. We're
which
off
is
restriction.
amazing. That was so frustrating last year, but we're back and we won't lose it again. Okay, so Christ Warrior and all other people that love us, we're here for you,
We got you, bro.
and we're not going anywhere.
We're not fucking leaving.
We're not fucking leaving.
We're not fucking
But yeah, so if you haven't already, go ahead and check us out on the Apple Podcast app, Spotify, all that good stuff. Give it if you're checking out maybe
Mike's
this
mustache.
on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and like this video. And you know, just I hope you have a blessed year this year in your fantasy league, and I'm excited to have us give great advice for your team. And I want to see your team just like really like bust through, just freaking explode, freaking go all over all the other teams. And I think it's gonna be great. And that's all I got.
And that's a good
Yeah,
sign.
I'm
That's
loving
Ah.
looking at you in the camera because it looks like you got a mullet. Going
Yeah,
on
I
and a
know, I know.
mustache.
I know. I haven't cut my hair since June. So, anyways,
It's like last season. It's like
oh,
to the
man.
season. I'm like, dude, this. Yeah, now
It's
Mike
like I
the
went
Mul-
into
Mike
a
the mullet
cabin.
Mustache.
I like went into a cabin and I didn't leave. I just fucking
Forward.
shaved the rest of my face. But thanks for checking us out, guys. Like I said, we got a bunch of cool stuff. And if you're checking this out, Thursday live stream for the NFL draft.
Yeah.
It's gonna be super fun. I don't know who we're gonna
I'm
all
gonna eat
have
everybody's
here.
pizza.
Yeah, Anthony got really drunk. I can drink this year, so I'm actually really excited for it.
I'll probably be getting off work at 4:30, so
We'll
Don't-
see what's up.
don't bring the pizza.
Yeah.
Till 8.
But so yeah, that's all I gotta say. Anything else you guys want to say?
No, man.
Dude,
don't know how to
you
end
give
this.
the
Just
best
lay by the
outros,
bay.
dude. That's why, yeah.
Well,
Just May.
and
Check us
just
out early and often.
What do
just
you
like
say?
that, us big boys are out.
Later, PP.